So welcome back to Cigar Fellas Cigar Lounge. I'm Rod.
And I'm Kevin.
So I want to welcome back my friend Kevin. Thanks again for stopping in with us and do another review.
Hey, no problem.
It's funny.
Hey, it feels special to be invited.
Right. Kevin's like, I go, hey, another review with us? He's like, hell yeah, let's do this. So I appreciate you stepping in. Actually, the guy who was going to do it with me literally just walked in the door, but I'll do it with him another time. And so we're back in the humidor today. We are going to do the Asylum Straight Jacket. So we are having an Asylum event on this coming Thursday, which is what date is that? The 17th or the 19th?
Today is the 15th.
So the 19th.
So it'll be the 19th. Yeah.
So November 19th, we are having an Asylum event, and Nook will be here, and possibly Tom. I'm not going to confirm or deny that. But we do have the new Asylum 8 here in the house. Bought quite a few for you guys that are interested in that, and we've got a lot of stock, so definitely come check that out. But today we are doing the Asylum Straight Jacket. Now this has been around for a minute. We've been smoking this for about 8 years, 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And this is the Gordo 660, 6x60 size, and this is by, obviously Tom Lazuka, which is Asylum, and his partner Christian Aroa. And this was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Asylum 13 was their first. I think this was their second cigar that they put out, if I'm not mistaken.
Could be.
I'd have to look into that, but I'm pretty sure that this was the second cigar that they put out. And this is the Nicaraguan Puro, which just means the whole thing is from Nicaragua. So the wrapper, the binder, and the filler, but it was even though it's a Nicaraguan Puro, which means it's a Nicaraguan seed, it's actually from Honduras. So it's grown, the tobacco is grown in Honduras, but it's a Nicaraguan binder, filler, and wrapper from Honduras. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. I think it kind of helps give that extra little bit of flavor to it. Because, when you get stuff from Nicaragua, it's always going to have that rich flavor. But in diversifying their fields, that's why they're doing stuff over in Honduras, and you really can't tell any let off in it. It's just still got, it's a powerhouse. It's still got that great flavor. Asylum is one of my favorite brands.
I know it is.
Love time. My go-to cigar, as you know, is the 8x80, and this doesn't. It comes really close. And I like the thick ring gauges, so I like the Gordo sizes, the 6x60 and the 7x70s and 8x80s. But this is a great smoke.
But as far as a powerhouse, I mean, you did the Digger with me.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's your go-to brand. That's not why I asked you today, but it just happened to work out that we're having an event on Thursday, and you got another Asylum. But,
right.
But the Straight Jacket, for a long time, this was my favorite cigar that Tom put out, just because of the power, of the versatility, meaning all the different flavors it had. I've got, and I've done reviews on this with my other site, and I like the woodsy taste. I like the campfire taste, the chocolate, all the different things that come in this cigar, and just the way that everything's rounded and blended and all that stuff. So, right off the light, what are you getting out of the taste?
See, once again, I'm getting that. I always love that, that not to kick you in your teeth kind of peppery taste, but I love that pepper taste, and I'm getting that right off the bat. That strong sense of going home to that pepper taste that I like.
Right, and that's with the Asylum 13, with the Azabak, with all of their powerhouse cigars.
Mm-hmm.
That is like their staple taste.
Yeah,
and I like that about the Nicaragua tobacco that they put in this thing. You get that dark black pepper, right off the light.
Oh, yeah.
And it just reminds you of, okay, I know exactly what brand that is because it's like a staple for that brand.
Yeah, and you know, right off the bat, one of the other things, you know, that I always like to notice about a well wrapped or well put together cigar is right off the bat from the foot, it's already burning evenly all the way through the first third, and that just tells me another good example of a well put together cigar.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't fall apart,
No.
and plus that ash, we'll be able to keep that ash probably a third of the way through before
Oh,
it
yeah.
falls off because they're well built. It's a long filler, so you don't get the short filler where it drops off immediately. The wrapper is done well, and it's a beautiful cigar. It's you know, you guys, I do that sponge test. This has got just the right amount of sponge to it, and you guys know I watch my humidity very closely in my humidor, and where it's actually I just checked it before we came out. We're right at 65%. So, and about 68 degrees, 65% humidity, and the sponge on this thing is fantastic. So it's burning just exactly the way it should be, and the smoke coming off this thing is great. The draw, what kind of draw are you
That's
getting?
what I was finna allude to next was the draw is effortless. You don't really have to put any effort into the draw. That's what you like when you just want to sit back and enjoy a great cigar, is the easy draw.
And with the big ring gauges that you normally smoke, I've run into so many problems with other manufacturers that try the bigger ring gauge. I've never heard of a problem with the bigger ring gauges, with Asylum.
No, I have, and can't tell you how many boxes I went through with the
A lot. A lot.
with the 8x80s, but I've never had a problem with them as far as the draw. We were talking the other night, and one of the things that really I like about Asylum and Tom Lazuka, what he's done over there, is consistency. You can't speak enough about that in the cigar industry. From the time that you open up the box, you pull out the first cigar, to the time you go back and you're emptying it out with the last cigar, the taste is consistent from beginning to end.
I agree.
No matter which stick you bring out.
Right, and that all comes from CLE and Christian's dad and his grandfather, and now Christian and then Tom, coming from the same factory that's been in business for over 100 years. Mm-hmm. They've been doing an amazing job at consistent, wrapping, the binder, the filler, and the wrapper, and the smoke, the draw that comes off of this, the smoke that comes off of it. I love the consistency with that. And you're right, Tom was a fantastic addition to the CLE family, for sure.
Oh yeah. To me, it was a perfect marriage between them two. Just his thoughts and vision of how he wanted to do things with Asylum, and CLE coming right in and said, "Hey, this is your baby. We're here to help you.
Yeah.
Let's just make it work." And to me, it's just been a perfect marriage.
I agree. No, I agree. And Tom being from Michigan, being friends with both of us, and being from Michigan, not that that's a huge part, but I love the fact that Tom stops in at all the local B&Ms and lets us know how much he cares about what we think about, his product, and if there's any problem, or just being a part of our lives. And knowing that he supports his product, so I love that about Tom.
And I've discussed this with you numerous times. The other thing I love about Tom is the fact that he's very personable. He's not standoffish or anything. No matter where I've seen him here and other B&Ms that I've visited throughout the state of Michigan. Every time I run into him, very personable, nice guy.
Remembers your name.
Yeah, exactly.
Asks about the family, the whole bit. Yeah, so
very, very great.
I agree, and I've been fishing with him and drank many a bottle of bourbon with him, and yeah.
So you got me on that one. I haven't been invited to those parties yet.
Well, it's coming, brother. It's coming. But So what we're going to do is we're going to smoke this down for a little bit and sit here and BS and enjoy the cigar, and then we'll come back here shortly and just let you know what kind of flavors we're getting out of this. But so far, you see it's burning fantastic. The smoke that's coming off this, the draw, it's great. So you guys want to try this? But we'll be back shortly and give you some more flavors. So, you guys, we're about, 25 minutes into this thing. You could see Kevin's ash, nice ash. I bet you get that a lot, don't you?
Oh yeah.
So, and I'm an ash hole. I knocked mine off before I realized I get to talking, and I'm used to dumping it on my shirt like I have many times on camera. And,
I'm a victim of that as well.
Yeah.
I got so many shirts with holes in them.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
And most of us that are smokers, we do this. I think only the T-shirt that I have on underneath this, which I've only had for a week, is the only one that doesn't have a hole in it. And my wife says I have 109 black T-shirts because I like black and white T-shirts. I'm a black and white. I live in a black and white world. It is what it is, man. So, and every single T-shirt, but the two that I just bought last weekend have holes in them. So I'm a smoker. What do you get?
Yeah, especially when you smoke as much as we do on a daily basis.
Right.
You're bound to do something.
On a light day, I'm just curious, on a light day, how many cigars do you smoke on a light day?
On a light day, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay. And that's where I'm at. I mean, on one of those miserable days where I'm super busy, I smoke between 2 and 4. On a regular day, what do you smoke?
On a regular day, still, I will get in at least a minimum of 2 cigars on a regular basis.
Okay. And then on a heavy day?
On a heavy day, anywhere from 4 to 6.
Yeah. So, and when I was traveling, like when we went down to, we went down to Atlanta, then to Daytona, then to Miami, then to Key West. And being on the road for 12 hours, one stint, and then like 6 hours and 6 hours and 6 hours. And I smoked on the 12-hour stint, I think I smoked 7 cigars. On the way home, which we did a 14-hour stint and a 12-hour stint. I made it home from Key West in 26 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
And I smoked 7 cigars the first day, and I smoked 6 cigars the second day on the road. But usually when I travel, I smoke between 6 and 8 cigars. My wife doesn't care either way. Obviously, she's part owner in the shop. And she's still a cigarette smoker, even though she smokes cigars. She's a cigarette smoker for the most part. And she even said, "Why are you taking a break? Usually it's, one after another." And we smoked so much while we were in different shops down there that I wanted to give my taste buds or my palate a break. So I was smoking like one every couple of hours instead of one an hour.
Right, right.
Because when I'm driving, it's in your mouth the whole time, and you go through a cigar like faster than you can imagine, like you do on the 880s.
Yeah.
This guy smokes an 880 in less than an hour. So 45 minutes to an hour, he's smoking an 880, and for the normal guy, that's a 2.5, 3 hour cigar. But when we smoke all the time as much as we do,
Yeah.
Kevin and I smoke a lot of tobacco.
Yeah.
He's going through, and he's not talking about a Robusto or a 660. He's talking about an 880. He's smoking 3 to 4 a day. So we smoke a lot of tobacco.
And just out of as a example of kind of what Rod is talking about, Rod smokes a lot, and obviously I smoke a lot too. But even sitting here, if you however you want to do it, you can see I'm a little bit ahead of Rod.
Yeah, but I talk the entire time.
As we're sitting here talking, it's just that I get in that mode where I'm just really enjoying the tobacco.
Well, that
of
plus
the cigar. Plus, it helps me relax.
Plus, you have a limited time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you have most of the time you have a window of time before you have to go home and take care of mom. So, I get the fact that you've got a limited time. So even though you're relaxing, I know I've got 2 hours or 2.5 hours, or I've got whatever limited
Right,
amount of
right.
time. So you're smoking to enjoy and get through it, so you're not wasting.
Right.
So and
That's the one thing I hate most of all is when, I got time, and I'm sure you've seen it too when you're in a cigar shop or you go somewhere and you see somebody. I don't care. I mean, it's all personal preference, but it really irks me when you see somebody light up a good stick and then they take one or two drags off of it and they set it down and they let it go to waste. To me, that
makes me
just
insane,
it just
dude.
drives me nuts.
And I get we're all
Yeah,
on
we're
a
all
limited
different.
amount of time. I know there's a lot of people that don't smoke in their vehicles. I smoke in every vehicle I own. I just do. Even my wife's Acadia, where she doesn't smoke cigars in her vehicle, or she doesn't smoke cigarettes in her vehicle because it leaves a stench. I smoke cigars in it because as soon as you're done, the next morning you can't tell you smoked a cigar in it because I don't leave the ashes in there, for one. And I just do. I smoke in all my vehicles. But when somebody smokes a half a cigar and lays it down, listen, it's their cigar. They can do whatever they want.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
for guys like us that smoke as much as we do, I can't stand the fact that you're wasting a half cigar. I'm smoking that thing at home. I got an ashtray next to my bed. If I got to smoke a quarter of a cigar before I go to sleep, I'm doing it. I'm not wasting it. I
Yeah.
won't do it.
And especially, and I've been trying to get him to get me some in the shop for a while. So here's my plug for this again. I've been trying to, you get that one great cigar that's really hitting all your taste buds, and you're smoking it down so much it's burning your fingertips, and next thing you know, you're getting one of those nubs,
Yep.
those the cigar pokers, and you're putting it through the end just so you can keep smoking it until there's nothing left. But yeah, it's just the love of the cigars, and when you see somebody doing like what you said, smoke a half a cigar, once again, that's your business. But
So
it's
what is
like,
that
dude,
cigar
what
for
are
you?
you doing?
So what is that cigar for you?
What do you mean?
What is the cigar that you have to smoke it till you burn your fingers?
It really varies from time to time, but one of the ones that I can always count on, of course, I do all my Asylums like that, just because I love the taste that Asylum has in their cigars. But one of the others, the ones that I rarely smoke, maybe once or twice a year, because they're limited. I love the Arturo Fuente Añejos.
77.
I've tried them all, every size they have, and
Shark for the win.
Yes.
yeah, the shark.
Yeah, so what he's talking about is the Añejo shark, which is they have the sand shark and they have the shark and amazing cigar, amazing
Yeah.
cigar.
And-
It's like smoking cherries and cream. Amazing, amazing cigar. So if you guys get a chance to smoke that,
Oh yeah, and
but yeah, good luck with that. Good luck trying to find that.
to tell you a little story about that, the Añejos, not the shark though. I was at a shop, and the guy that was the manager at the time really didn't know that much about cigars, and he had a box I had never seen before. And it was just coming out, just hitting the market. But it was an Añejo, and I knew how good they were. It was when they first came out with the 888, the Lancero.
Yeah.
He didn't know what they were, and I was like, what about that box up there? Because normally if you go into a shop that has a limited selection of Añejos, you can't buy a whole box because they want all their customers to have an opportunity.
Right.
And I was like, and I was a regular at the shop, and I was like, so what about that box up there? He was like, I don't care, you want it? I was like, yeah, let's make a deal. And he sold it to me. I went out of there like Scrooge. I was like, I just hit the jackpot. And phenomenal stick. And as Rod alluded to earlier, I'm a thick ring gauge smoker, so for somebody like me to purchase
smoke a
whole,
Lancero?
to smoke a Lancero, not only smoke it, but buy a whole entire box. Oh yeah, that goes to show you how good they are.
Give you guys an idea. A Lancero is about the size of your ring finger, and it's about 8 inches long.
Yep.
It's real thin, or 7 inches long, depending on who the manufacturer is. It's a skinny, long cigar, great cigar. But for a guy like Kevin to smoke a Lancero is, I'm not going to do that. But you get what I mean.
Oh yeah, yep.
It makes sense that Kevin smokes 880s. It fits Kevin for him to see him with a Lancero, which I do occasionally. I carry Lanceros, the L40. I carry a couple different Lanceros as they come out. But it's not fitting. It's not fitting.
Yeah, when somebody sees me smoking a Lancero, they be like, "What are you doing?" I mean, this is going to be like 2 puffs and you're done. I'm like,
Right.
no, but those 2 puffs I'm really going to enjoy.
All right, guys. So we're gonna smoke this down a little bit farther, and then we'll come back. But before we do that, have the taste changed any for you in the second half?
Not really. No, like I said, the way that they blend their cigars and how they manufacture them, not only do you get the consistency from one cigar to the last one, but you also get the consistency throughout the cigar. Of course, when you get in that last third, that power or that flavor kind of intensifies.
Yeah.
Because you done smoked at least 3/4 of it. But as you can see, I'm halfway through mine, and I'm still getting that consistent, nice, peppery taste that I come to love.
Now, when we first started talking, guys, I had no ash on this, and you see in the 3 minutes or whatever that we've been talking, he knocked his ash off, and mine is big. So,
Yeah.
I got a bigger ash than you.
It happens sometimes.
So stay tuned, guys. We'll be back shortly, and we'll give you the final third. So on the final third, the consistency on this thing. Now the power has ramped up, just like we talked about before.
Most surely.
And but the consistency and so again, guys, I'm getting, you get this like bonfire smell. You get that like smoky taste. I get so it's like an oak and maple mix, like that real nice woodsy taste. You get the deep chocolates in it. I don't know if it's like maybe a lighter chocolate, not the real dark chocolate. That pepper that is like synonymous for Asylum,
Right.
and it's been pretty solid all the way through.
Oh, I totally agree.
So what about you?
As you can see, I'm a little bit further along than Rod, but
I've been talking a lot.
I'm getting a lot more of that oak flavor like you were talking about
Yeah.
a few minutes ago. I'm definitely getting that. As you indicated, the flavor has intensified a little bit, but not to the point where it's kind of hurting the palate.
Yeah, there's no bitterness.
No bitterness whatsoever, none whatsoever. So I'm really liking the oak flavor towards this end. It just kind of help intensify that taste and flavor that I've come to like with Asylum.
So again, 100%. The Asylum 13 is their staple cigar. And if you want something a little bit stronger than that, they put out the Ogre, which is the twist. And then the straight jacket is exactly that. It binds you in, and you got to smoke this thing all the way down to where it burns your fingers.
Yeah, I've not gotten close to the burning part, but I'm getting close. And as we get ready to close this out, I'm going to, remind somebody that reminded me at the halfway point.
That yours is bigger.
Yeah, mine is bigger. You know how it is, guys, when you spin that first round. Now I'm on the second round. Mine is bigger. And really love the taste and flavor that this cigar is really putting out. Straight Jacket. If you've not tried it, I highly recommend it. Go out to your local B&M. I always say support your B&Ms when you can.
Absolutely.
And buy a Straight Jacket. You won't be disappointed.
And guys, you'll notice that on our site we post not just ours, not just our shop, but we post all the local ones that are within an hour and 15-minute drive of ours. There's a lot of amazing B&Ms here in Michigan that you could reach out and that have great humidors, great selection. The owners are top notch, and please hit your local B&M, something that's close to you. If you don't mind making the drive out here to Davison, come out and see us. We'd love to hang out with you. All the guys here are top notch, man. I love owning the shop and being a part of their lives and their families and knowing everything about them, and it's awesome. But like just to name a few guys, Timothy's up in Bay City. Mm-hmm. We got the Tobacco Shop, which is Kevin and Sharon up in Midland. Ambassadors, Godfathers. What are a couple other ones?
Genuines.
Genuines.
Open. You got JR Cigars down in the Detroit area as well. They got a shop down there.
A lot of really good ones downtown Detroit, guys. Unfortunately, there isn't any in Flint. We're the only one pretty much in Genesee County. But guys, please check out your local B&Ms. All these owners would love to sit down with you and talk to you about shop, cigars and telling you about the new stuff that's out and the amazing tastes and flavors in these cigars. Please go out and see these guys. And every owner that I've mentioned, top notch. Omar, Godfathers, and Timothy, and Sharon, and Kevin, and Jeff, and Sean at Ambassadors. Mm-hmm. All of these owners will sit down with you. They are part of their shop. They enjoy and love what they do. And they would love to sit down with you and talk to you about their cigars and just enjoy fellowship with you. So please support these guys. It's a rough year. It is a rough year. And we're all like way lower than what our normal income is. So we're all struggling to make it. Just support them. I know that it's cheaper to order online. I get all that. But here's the point. You're not going to have the fellowship. You're not going to have the relationships. You're not going to have all those things that you get at a local B&M. Plus, you're keeping their doors open for when the online is no longer there. So please support your local B&M.
And if I can give you one more very, very important factor that, as Rod alluded to, they're nice guys and gals at these shops. But more importantly, guys and gals that hats off to the female cigar smokers that we have.
Woo! Amen.
Woo! But more importantly, one of the things that I really like about visiting your local brick and mortar, that's what B&M stands for. One of the things that I really like about brick and mortars is that they give you the knowledge of not only directing you to what you like to smoke on a daily basis, but they can give you another brand that you would have never thought of when you're online shopping that may suit your palate as well, and you give them a try, and now you're broadening your cigar inventory to not just be focused on one brand or two brands or whatever. You get that knowledge that now you can expand to maybe 4 or 5 different other brands that you never would have thought of unless you visited your local B&M. So like Rod said, hats off to them, because this is a passion of love. I mean, they love what they do, and just go in. If you are fortunate enough to come up here to Davison and I'm in the shop, hey, come on in, tell me you saw me on this, and we'll sit down and smoke one up and chop one up. I'd
Yeah.
love to see you come into the shop.
You guys, another thing, if they don't carry your local, the cigar that is your go-to, ask the owners. Listen, we're more than happy to direct you to something that will fit your palate. And
Exactly.
all the owners that I mentioned know cigars. They will tell you, listen, what is your go-to? And this will fit into your palate. I can probably tell you 10 to 12 cigars that will fit within that realm of your palate that you will enjoy just as good, if not better. And so please ask. We're not afraid to help you. I promise you. We love what we do, and everybody that's doing this is not making a ton of money. Everybody thinks that we make a ton of money. We don't. It's a passion of love. This is what we love. We love the fellowship. We love the brothers of the leaf and the sisters of the leaf that enjoy the same things we do. So please support your local B&M. But Kevin, thanks again for stopping by, man.
Hey,
I
thanks
love
for having
hanging
me,
out.
Rod. I enjoy coming in and chopping it up with you on these shows, and look forward to the next time.
All right, good. So we are Cigar Fellas Cigar Lounge. We're at 1086 North Irish Road in Davison, Michigan. We are at 69 Irish Road, just north, about a half a mile on the right side, east side of the road. Please come and see us. And again, thanks for stopping by. I want to thank my cameraman Dave for making this happen every
Woo-hoo,
week like he
Dave.
does. So you need to check out his site, which is
DaveJacksonSolutions.com.
DaveJacksonSolutions.com. Please check him out, guys. If you have a wedding or a funeral or I know we record funerals, right? If you have a wedding or anything, corporate parties, anything that you guys need recorded, please call him. He'd love to do that, and he does an amazing job. So thanks for doing that. Guys, thanks for stopping by, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.
Keep it smoky.
Keep it smoky.